What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Well, Friday wasn't just a bad day, it was a policy shock. But is that sell-off a sign of something bigger, you guys? Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Now, China tightened rare exports. The White House answered with 100% tariff threat, and the government shutdown is literally laying off workers, you guys. With stocks open, but actually many banks and bonds closed today. Moves can be super exaggerated, and the first real test is going to come on Tuesday when we have JP Morgan, Citi, and Goldman Sachs opening the earnings season, you guys. But as usual, before we get rolling, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. Hello everyone, let's see who's in the chat box real quick. Let me adjust the screens around here, you guys. Yes, make sure to restart the chat box immediately because today is kind of an important, very important day. Most of my community knows why, and everyone that is new here is about to find out, you guys. You are shining. Yes, I know. Don't say that, because my grandma always says if you put lip gloss is way too shiny, don't do that on live stream. And I'm like, I do what I want, Nana. I do what I want. Good morning, John Blessing. Hello, everyone. All right, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and we're gonna jump straight into it, you guys, because there is a lot of stuff to discuss. Hello, Gentine. Hello. So basically, yeah, we had a terrible Friday fear spike, and it's coming into a thin liquidity Monday. So basically what happens is the US stocks pretty much had their worst day since April on Friday, and in a shutdown, the worst since the 90s, you guys. So basically what happened, we had S&P falling 2.7%, over 2.7%, NASDAQ 100 over 3.5%. Volatility spiked as traders tried to rush for protection. So the whole thing developed because we had fresh escalation in the US-China tensions, which we're going to discuss a little bit more, but also add the government shutdown that's already delaying key economic data. So the market impact is super simple. When we have big down days like that and the VIX is spiking, this often, you guys, you can often see a 1 to 2 day reflex bounces, if you will, unless the fear keeps accelerating, which is pretty much what we're seeing right now. So you know, in my opinion, I'm going to show you the chart, but like we're expecting choppy, you know, more sort of headline driven moves because we have lighter liquidity. It is a US bank holiday. Stocks are open, but many banks and bonds are markets are closed today. All right, so we're gonna move into discussing a little bit more of that. So basically, this is a geopolitical tension right now, geopolitical shock really that happened because China tightened rare earth controls and Trump added 100% tariff on the threat, right? So China defended their expanded export controls on rare earths. What are rare earths critical for? Well, they're critical for EVs, magnets, defense in general. So basically, it says that licenses will allow any legitimate exports, but they will reserve the right to restrict for security reasons. So obviously, in response to that, Trump is not going to do anything, and he immediately slashed and announced an additional 100% tariffs on the Chinese imports starting next month. So the impact of that is obviously terrible because you have tech, you have EV, defense supply chains, like rare earths licensing. It's adding friction to the costs and then margin pressures for manufacturers. So that could mean, you know, that they're potentially going to rotate into non-China suppliers now. And if tariffs and inputs are rising like that, costs are going to feed into the prices later. So what is that going to do? Well, that's going to complicate the soft landing story, you guys, right? So, you know, the crazy thing is that on top of that, we do have the government shutdown as well. So the crazy thing is that the federal layoffs are beginning, and more of that is even warned. So we might even have more of these layoffs. So the shutdown is dragging on, as we know, and the administration basically started laying off. They've laid off over 4,000 positions, you guys, across agencies. So the vice president pretty much warned that it's going to get even worse if the if the stalemate continues. Right. So basically, it's not good because the BLS needs to delay data. So that is going to reduce visibilities for us traders. And what is that going to mean? Well, that's going to mean more volatility around whatever data prints, really. I can't believe we won't retest some of the weak levels. Yes, Rafera, we're going to talk about that. Very good catch. I love that. So, yeah, think about government pay, furloughs, layoffs. They can really dent the short-term spending and, the activities of the services overall. And financials don't like that. Financials dislike policy uncertainty, especially into earnings weeks, because this is what we're getting into. We're getting into earnings week. Okay, now talk about what happened. Absolutely crazy, right? Record liquidation after the tariff shock. So basically what happened, I'm very sorry about anyone that's on this channel. You guys make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here. If you're part of my community, I just want to say, I'm actually glad that a lot of people in my community are super safe from what happened, because we stay away on Friday. We stay away on Friday. We stay away on Monday, depending on the price action. But yeah, I'm not going to say that I didn't get liquidated in some positions. I did. Yeah, but it was totally manageable on my side. But I highly sympathize with with this crazy thing that we're seeing. So basically, yeah, we had double digits intraday Bitcoin drop and record liquidations across majors, across alts. It was absolutely insane. So the hourly liquidations were around like 6 billion hourly, and then they went up to like 20 billion in total. Now, you guys, the market impact is cross risk asset, right? A cross risk asset. When leverage resets in such a position super violently, crypto can stabilize. But if we get any macro shocks, they can trigger another flush because the books are thinner at the moment. The interesting thing is that the equities are tying in. So higher beta tech is usually mirroring what happens in crypto in terms of risk of waves, right? So we're sliding into fear. Why? Because after the drop, what happened to the fear and greed index, you guys? Absolutely insane. We shifted completely gears into fear. So think about it. You have elevated optimism coming into this shock. Is that it often is going to mean that, all of these longs are currently trapped, right? And rallies will get sold into positioning clears. So this is what we need to be careful. This is what we need to be careful. In terms of what's happening, don't forget we have the US government shutdown. Right, so liquidity is thin because stocks are open, like we said, banks, bonds, closed. But what's open, like we have today, what is it, the 13th of October. Very important date for anyone that's new here. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new here. But me and my community knew that we need to be careful on any dates before the 13th of October. Go back, watch my live streams. You will find out for yourself. I have said that so many times. I had marked the 13th of October on my chart for months. You guys know that very well. It's not a coincidence, okay, that I do these things. Okay, so we have New York Stock Exchange open. We have the NASDAQ open. US bond markets, like we said, many bank branches are closed because we have this Columbus Day, a bank holiday today. So, thin liquidity. What does that mean? That the moves can be exaggerated. All right. So in terms of what's happening, we're having earnings week kickoff. I don't know if you can see actually all the earnings. Probably not. Hold on. Let me just try and reduce here. So you can see the earnings. But basically, what are we having here? We on deck very important, right? JP Morgan, Citigroup, Goldman Sachs, they all report their Q3 results. So the street is going to watch any investment banking's rebounds versus any credit quality control, trading, any guidance under the shutdown or tariff uncertainty is going to be watch out for. So yeah, it's very important to note that, because let's see, I have this one as well. So it's very important to watch that, because banks are the ones that set the tone, right? So if we get any strong results or guidance around it, that could stabilize the risk a little bit. But if we get any sort of weak reserves or whatsoever commentaries or trading misses, you guys, that is going to extend the risk of environment. All right. So these are, the most important things that we need to look out for today, you guys. I just want to remind you, there are going to be opportunities, and we're going to turn around into the charts right now to discuss what the hell happened. All right. What the hell happened? Okay, cool. So first of all, let's clear the chart a little bit. You guys, my charts are busy, but you're becoming an absolute expert on the charts. Okay, so here we are. We start with Bitcoin as per usual. I want to see you guys in the comments. I want to see, how did you manage this collapse? Did you guys absolutely get liquidated? The interesting thing is, I did get liquidated on positions. The crazy thing is, even if you were on 2x leverage, on 3x leverage, you would have still been completely wiped. Funny enough, I'm still long on my AKE position. If you remember, guys, we took that and I'm still long that. So I haven't even checked, to be honest, what happens, because I'm not wasting my time checking charts when I'm not supposed to. All right, so I just watch it, but it's not like I'm not analyzing. All right, cool. So now that we're looking at the charts together, we can finally identify everything is fine. Finally, we have our true month open into 13th of October. We said, you guys, what did we say? I want to remind you, what did we say since July, right? Everyone that's following me here from July knows exactly what I said about this market and what's going to happen from July up until October 13th. So let's go back and review that. If you're new here, welcome, subscribe, make sure you like the video, because we need more people to see this actually works. All right. Do you think we're going to have another dip for Bitcoin and alts around 109? We're going to talk about it right now. Okay, so what did we say? Into July, we're going to create a massive range for Bitcoin. So that's exactly what we saw. We saw every time we had a low and a high, that low and a high was revisited. This is a range bound quarter, you guys, that we had. Right? This is a range bound quarter. It looked impossible. It looked weird, but here it is. It did happen, right? We made a highs and we completely retraced it back into news, right? Let's not forget that we have people that were actually shorting the market before. So this is just not something that happens out of the blue. It's clearly calculated move. All right, so great. The liquidation was absolutely terrible, but all the levels that we were expecting in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of Ethereum mostly, I would say Bitcoin not as much, but Ethereum mostly did play out. So if this liquidation didn't occur, you remember what we said. And thank you. No, I just blew dry my hair this morning. So basically what we said is that we have a level that we need to hold, and that level is around 115k Bitcoin, right? Around 115k Bitcoin. Did we say that? We said that. I want you guys to pay very close attention right now, right? What did I say last week? We need to protect 115k. We had the massive drop, so that protection didn't occur. However, we did respect other levels, so that's absolutely fine. When you see a triangle formation like that, we're using, with the help of my indicators, which, by the way, you guys, I'm going to check the likes in 1 second and I'm going to tell you how you can get these indicators. But it's very important that we close above the double bottoms of these triangles that are formed like that with the tip at the top. Now, we're protecting levels, daily support completely respected, okay? And where are we opening the true month? Exactly around the 1500 levels. To be more precise, 114,876. I don't know. BTC is dumping because Micey, if you're not part of the Discord, this is exactly what I said in the morning update. We are wanting to see a dump today of some sort, not a massive dump, but of some sort, in order for us to maintain a bullish bias. So you guys, if you're not joined in Discord, I highly recommend. I'm going to show you how to do that right now, real quick, before we get into the real TA here. Very important stuff today. We have over 60 people watching this live. Let me try and see if this ad is going to restart again. What's not? So what you need to do is first like this video, because we have over 60 people watching and only 33 likes. So half of the people haven't liked this video. You guys, make sure to do that. So the first thing you need to do is click more in the description box and join Discord down here. The way you can get your VIP role is for free. All you need to do is you need to register either with Bluffin or with Pionex, where we do the grid bot trading over here on very low leverage. So, and you can get the trading indicators just down here. Make sure to sign for the course waitlist, which I haven't done. And the reason why I haven't done the course yet, you guys, is because I'm not like desperate to sell you course. What I'm more desperate in is to give you knowledge live on the days, because this is the best knowledge you can get, right? And then no, the course of course is going to be obviously the bestest knowledge that you can get, but it takes a lot of time for me, you know, and I'm not one of these people that are just desperate course sellers, if you know what I mean. So all right, cool. There we go. So now we have the open for Bitcoin over here at 115. Everything is working by plan. Did we get liquidated? Yes, we did. Did we manage risk? Yes, we did. Did we hurt? A little bit. But when you open this position, you always have to account for the risk, right? So if there are people that had opened their entire net worth into long positions on high leverage, this is something I do not understand. Okay, I'm really sorry, obviously, but I don't understand. All right, so let's just focus on Bitcoin a little bit here, because today is Monday. We're gonna have streams on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I'm here with you every single day. There's not gonna be any stress. What I want to see today. Sorry, Gabby. What is the plan? Gentine, you have to hold on. Okay, so first of all, the first plan is that we keep ourselves a bit reserved before the 13th of October. The 13th of October came, right? Now is the time to get a little bit more aggressive, in my opinion. Of course, taking it week by week, day by day, very, very careful, because this drop that we had over here with that massive wick, wicks like that tend to be revisited. I want to keep your attention. So there is two scenarios over here. One scenario is we drop today a little bit, we drop today and we start buying from tomorrow morning, right? Or the second scenario is we continue up today and then we drop and then we retest the wick down here. So on a daily time frame, let's mark it. First of all, Bitcoin is giving us the first zone of interest, which is down here. Right, let's even name it retest of the wick, just in case you know, people get lost, right? So if we get a drop, I might be expecting a retest of that sort down here, right? I can see a lot of support at around the 110K area, so the area might hold, I don't know, but in a case of any drop, I'm going to be looking for around 107.2 to be holding that weak area, right? The weak area over here. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me repeat the plan. Today, I prefer for Bitcoin to drop a little bit, right? I prefer for Bitcoin to drop and close the day below the 3-month open. I prefer to see that. So then I will be a little bit more happy to continue with longs for the rest of the week. But usually, you guys, I'm going to tell you something, right? Once you have all of this quarter developed as a range, look at it, it's here, right? This is what we expected, right? This is what we expected. Range formation for the whole of Q3. So usually what happens after a range formation on Q3 is a manipulation leg for the rest of the quarter four, right? A manipulation leg to the upside for the rest of the quarter four. So then we can start the bear market after that, right? whether it's going to be 155K Bitcoin, whether it's going to be, I don't know how much, but these are our standard deviation extensions that are going up to around 155K at this point, right? So I'm going to be focusing on that. Anything more, is it possible? Yes, it's possible, but it's going to be considered as, you know, a little bit of gift, in my opinion. So yeah, after a range like that, I do expect a manipulation leg up that is going to happen in the quarter 2. Okay. So obviously the wicks like that, you know, they're there for a reason. They're there for a reason to make it extremely difficult for people to catch any longs with any conviction. Because do we have any confirmation for reversal on the daily time frame? No. Do we have any confirmation for reversal on the 12-hour? No. Do we have any confirmation for reversal on the 4-hour? No. Do we have any confirmation for reversal on the 1-hour? No. For Bitcoin. For Ethereum, we do on the 1-hour at least, but for Bitcoin, we don't. So you can imagine how difficult this can be right now. All right. And the confirmations are going to get a little bit easier, you know, if we are to get another lower low here below this, but I don't think that's going to happen, to be fair. It could, everything is possible, but I think that the wick is more likely to be retested rather than us creating another low. Good morning, everyone. Hello, Gabby. I wasn't liquidated just because I was using only spot. I know that even with 1x, you're probably being like trading some outs. So the best scenario is to avoid them and to be quick and taking some profits. It's a good way to start the morning. Yeah, you guys. No, BTC dominance dropping. Yes, we're gonna check that as well. Everyone that is new here, welcome, you guys. Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new here. You know what to do. I haven't checked how many likes we have, but we need to have at least 65 likes by now. All right. So this is for Bitcoin. We're gonna take it day by day. All right, very, very careful. We are trading careful. Now, what I prefer to look at though is Ethereum. Ethereum has my interest a lot more than Bitcoin right now. Okay, so here was our liquidation level. What did I say last week? Liquidity on Ethereum at 3,800. What did I say the weeks before that, you guys? Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember? What did I say? I said that we are most likely going to retest Ethereum 3,500 and reject from it. Do you guys remember? I said that many, many times. The reason for that is because anybody closes below 3,500, in our case, would literally start a bear market for Ethereum. Right? It would show extreme weakness. So what happened? Yes, the liquidation happened, but did Ethereum reject it immediately from 3,500? Immediately? Yes, it did, because it cannot allow itself for that drop. Welcome to the new subscribers. I love to see when new people subscribe. You guys, honestly, this is probably one of the good channels out there. I must say, you need to be here. You do need to be here. All right, because here it is. The ones that have been here, they're seeing that everything I say, it really, really makes sense. So it's not just me gibberishing. Okay. Now, in terms of ETH, 4-hour time frame confirmation, nothing. The 4-hour time frame confirmation is going to come at around 4,300. 4,000, above 4,300. That is the 4-hour confirmation for a long on ETH. Thankfully, 1 hour gave a little bit of confirmation at our daily support level, right? So now price is trading above our confirmation level, which is good, right? 4,116, right? Which is our, it's a little bit below that, but anyways, the daily support is what's important. Hello, Aussie. Let's go. You guys, again, if you're new here, welcome. The channel is very, very helpful for any traders. I've been told, by the way, that I explain extremely complicated concepts. You guys, trust me, I haven't even gone into the complicity that I usually look out for. I am trying to give you the easiest things you can imagine. So just, you have to be switched on, you have to be here every day, and you're gonna find out. And when I release the course, everything's going to make sense. Okay. First of all, I want to make a note. Make sure to join Discord, and you can get your free VIP access either registering with Bluffin. If you're already a user, you can already have VIP, by the way. You just need to open a ticket. You just need to give me your UID, and you will get your VIP access, right? Same with Pionex. So these two can help you do that. Okay, to get in our amazing community. By the way, it's great. Absolutely great community. All right, so ETH. Let's have a look a little bit. So now that everything has happened, right? We had the liquidation, we had everything. What are we working with right now? What are we working with? Is this some sort of almost like a V-shaped recovery here? Is that what I'm seeing right now? It kind of looks like that, you guys. It kind of looks like that. So I'm going to educate you on how you can find entries at V-shaped recoveries. That's no question, right? But the first thing you need to be looking out for is, where is the potentiality for this V-shaped recovery to happen, right? So we need to find sort of an area that would make sense, okay? So this area would make sense. We're going to mark it over here, right? For any retraces, we're not sure if they're going to happen, but we need to be prepared. So the way I do it is I find these levels, and I have limits on these levels, and I assess what sort of risk, what sort of leverage I can afford on these positions based on how far the price can pull back. Retest level. Let's say we're just gonna tape it. V retest. This is going to be one possibility, right? V retest 3,800 in case market starts dropping down. That is going to be one possibility, right, for us to extend. Then we're going to look on the weekly. Then we're going to draw another, right, equilibrium of the price wick, and then we're going to say, all right, this is another possibility. That is a wick retest. So when I have these two levels, right, when I have these two levels, I know that I need to have stacked positions over here. This is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to assess my leverage to match, so I have enough space if price drops to these levels to be nicely in a position. Does that make sense? Thank you, Crypto Love. Crypto Love says I'm awesome. That's very cute. I like that. All right, Ethereum. So the thing is, right, if maybe this is gonna happen today, maybe it's not gonna happen today, maybe it's gonna have tomorrow. It's going to happen tomorrow, but we're going to be watching into these levels because they are important levels, right? We also have a fair value gap again with the help of my indicators. We can see that, right? We can see the daily fair value gap over here. Why is it showing bull bear? I don't know. Hold on. This is a bit messed up. I need to speak to the devs for that. Anyway, this is a bullish fair value gap. Not sure why a bearish is showing as well. The sign bearish, but it's clearly a bullish fair value gap into a bearish fair value gap. Okay, so what do you have here? Well, what do you call that? Essentially, the candle is not closed yet, right? So we don't even know how big is going to be the fair value gap over here. But what we do know is that we have a massive V shape. So that essentially, if we close the fair value gap here, this is going to be a balanced price action. I don't know whether today's candle closes here or here or here. We're going to have some sort of a balanced price action over here. Wouldn't the 50% retrace from BTC all-time high to wick low be significant? Potentially, right? Of course, all of these, everything matters, right? Everything matters. It could matter as a retrace, right? But the problem is you don't have an extended proof that this is the low. Do you know what I mean, Dodgy? So when you're looking to extend, good morning, Lucian. When you're looking to extend and say, okay, this is the low, this is the high, okay, you need to have a confirmation for that. Right now, you don't have a confirmation that this is the end. This is the problem, you know? This is the problem. So over here, the high, you can clearly confirm this is a high, right? But the low, you can't confirm it that it's finished yet. Does that make sense? So I understand that, but in order for you to draw that conclusion, you have to be very clear that this is a price leg, you know. And right now, it is not. It might be simple as that, you know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but this is you don't have proof right now. Do you know what I mean? So that's the reason you don't draw your fibs on legs that are not confirmed. You tend to draw fibs on legs that are confirmed. Okay. Let's have a look at Sol real quick. Now, what is going on here? So with Sol, it's actually sweet feels. Good day, everyone. Hope everyone is fine. Looking good, gaps. Sweet feels. Sorry, yeah. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind. Okay, so we can clear that chart a little bit over here and have a look at what is happening. Look at all of our levels. We had a level on Ethereum here, didn't we? Same as Sol, right? Where is it? On a daily, right? No. Okay, hold on. I'm getting a bit confused. Okay, that's fine. So we are having a level confirmed on Sol. Very nice daily retest over here into our 173.08 point. And yes, we had the retest, but where did the retest come to, you guys? This is what I want to bring your attention to. What are our main areas of interest? For our main areas of interest, we are using the range theory model, which, by the way, you can come on the course for it, but if you've been on the lives, you probably have an idea how to use it somewhat. Is the buy zone on Solana marked with the indicator? My buy zones are with the indicators. Go and get them, you guys. Yes, they're $20, but we have to pay for Lux Algo, right? Because we have the best people in the industry, the trading view of the indicators that develop my indicators with my instructions. So anyway, okay, cool. So 0.5 of what? The price range of Solana. Where is the price range of Solana? Here it is. Oh my Lord, it is so big. It is so big. But we apply the range model theory, and we know in a bull market, we need to reject from the 0.5. Why? Because we need to come and make new highs. So this is what we're seeing right now for anyone that's new here, okay? Anyone that's new here. Weekly time frame. Oh my Lord, this is very bad, right? On a weekly time frame. I'm just seeing that with you right now. So we're going to pay attention to that. Hopefully, it's going to be left for the bear market, right? But it's important to note that $100 on Solana is liquidity right now on a weekly time frame, which is very, very dangerous, right? Because this is a very high time frame, you know, liquidation point. I'm just seeing it now with you. Horrible, very nasty. The reason for that is because this low is extremely weak right now, but all we can pray for is that this is going to be left for the bear market, okay? But it's here and we need to pay close attention to it, right? It's also developed right below a buy zone. So that means in any event where we get another liquidation, like massive, okay, in any event, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I will consider adding to my position at just below the liquidity, and of course retest of the 0.236, because that's another major level, okay? Not saying it's going to happen, just in case, right? We need to be on par here, you know? Okay. We trade what we see. right? We trade what we see and we get prepared for what we see. Okay, so on Ethereum daily time, on Solana daily time frame, no confirmation. 12-hour, no confirmation. 4-hour, no confirmation. 1 hour is showing that the low is probably going to be targeted on Solana. This is important to note as well. Although Sol income in contrast with Ethereum and Bitcoin does tend to leave liquidity behind. So I'm just making a note of that. And with that sort of liquidation, when you create a lower high like that, it does tend to happen. So yeah, let's see. Let's not panic yet. But in case that happens, in case we drop, this is very important, you guys. I know you don't like it, but it's important, right? So 4-hour time frame, this is going to be a support level down here. This is exactly where we wicked into a 4-hour support over here at 144. So the best you are assuming is that this support is going to hold, right? If it happens. So like a wick into the liquidity and then move up. That's what I would expect. Aussie weekly BTC chart is still bullish. Weekly. That's interesting. Let's have a look. Is it because he's most probably referring to the fact that we had something crazy, right? Which is the massive sell zone, sell wall over here that was breached by this big bullish candle, excuse me, on Bitcoin, right? So that's extremely bullish. Okay. And we don't seem to have any closes below 112,000 Bitcoin. So if we get, body closes on a weekly below 112, I'll be a little wary, to be honest. So yeah, definitely we don't want to see wicks. Yes, right? So I'm happy with retests. Let's say if we have a retest, another wick, and then price snaps back up and closes above 112K. I'm happy with that. But if it doesn't do that, I'll be a little wary. Yeah, I'll be like, okay, maybe that's the top. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it is indeed still bullish. All right, Solana looks terrible, horrible. Weekly looks bad. In terms of liquidity, on the 1 hour, it says that it's not even gonna. It's probably gonna go and retest 144. So yeah, I'm gonna thread with Sol a little bit carefully right now. But ETH, I think, is going to do quite amazingly. To be fair, perfect tap into our support for ETH BTC. Don't forget, on a weekly time frame, you guys, we have work to do, right? On a weekly time frame, ETH BTC, we have work to do, right? So much so that this should happen. You know what I mean? So we've taken the low, right? We've retested the low over here. This was in our April. This was our April signal to come back into the market, right? April signal. Down here, retest of our levels. Now another retest into a level, right? Let's get rid of this so you can see it a little bit better. Into a bullish fair value gap over here. Look at that. Weekly bullish fair value gap, mitigated, test of support at 0.03188 approximately. Closing above buy zones, right? Very good, very good. So we haven't had any close below 0.036 what is that, 3464. Okay, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And on a weekly time frame, we are seeing massive potential for ETH BTC, particularly. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. what do we say for Bitcoin dominance? What did we say? Does anybody remember, right? When we were trading in between this little dumb block over here for so long, the things that I was expecting, anybody tell me that's live here with me every day, what did we say? We want to see price come into 61-62% Bitcoin dominance. Did we say that? Here it is. It traded up to 63.4. I did not expect that, obviously, but I did expect for Bitcoin dominance to tap into the 62 mark, 62% mark. So let's have a look. Bitcoin dominance, not entirely so important, right? ETH BTC is the one that it's way more important to watch out for right now. In terms of alts, do we really need to speak about alts? I don't know. It's just absolutely horrible, right? Lows, new lows created. BNB, what can I tell you? Back straight into our buy zones, straight into our buy breaker blocks, right? Straight into our zones from, when did we have the zone from? August, you guys. This is from August, right? From August. And the mini one down here we marked in, yeah, still end of August, right? So perfect tap before the buy zone that we had here, and then price just exploded and went to $1,000 and 1,300 plus. The drop again back into a buy zone. Beautiful. Sizzy pumping his own bags, yeah. No, 100%, crazy. XRP down to like literally 1.2. Again, this liquidity down here, we were pointing it out, right? But I was like, maybe for the bear market, something like Solana, right? Something like the Sol liquidity. I was like hoping not to see that happen, but here it is. We wiped it. We traded into 1.18. We didn't even retest 0.236. Why did we not retest 0.236? Doji, are you still here? Anyone that knows and understands the range model theory, can you tell me why did XRP not retest the 0.236? Can anyone tell me? I'm going to tell you right now. The reason it didn't retest 0.236 is because if it did retest 0.236, I will now consider it as a weak coin and I won't expect more than $3 on XRP. But the fact that we didn't retest 0.236 now means automatically that this is going to see prices above $3.6. Okay? Can you tease us with a potential release data for the course? So the thing is, right, like if I'm too busy and like I don't have time to do it, or I'm tired, or I want to chill on the weekends, I'm not going to record anything, because if I get too tired, you guys, because I need to trade, I need to do the live streams for you. I have 6 live streams a week, which is a lot. Then I get stressed and my trading goes to, so I can't, you know, I can't allow that for myself. My trading is always going to be my priority. The course, I've done the slideshows. So you guys, let me know, actually. Let's do this together today. Let's decide it. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, and let's talk about the course. I have the slides for the course. I've done them. The only thing that I haven't done, I've done like 2 of the slides I have recorded. So the harder things, one of the hardest slides, and that's exactly with the true opens, where I teach you about the true opens and stuff like that. I've recorded that. So that's like a 1-hour video I've already done. But then the other ones I haven't done, but I have the slides. So if you want, we can start the course and I can like say, okay, Monday or Tuesday, we're going to have 1 hour where I'm going to just go with you over the slides, and then we're going to record the session. Okay, and then after that, the new people can have the recordings, and then obviously the weekly teachings that I'm planning to do anyway. But what do you guys think? If you're so desperate, we can do it like that. Otherwise, you have to wait for me to sit down and record the whole content. That's basically what I wanted to ask you. What do you guys think? Anyway. So yeah, XRP is looking good. I know it dropped a lot, but it didn't drop to 1.10, which was going to be, or 1.9, let's see exactly, 1.86, 1.086. So that's not bad. All right, that's not bad. Since the fact that we didn't drop to that level, now it means very simple, XRP is going to make new all-time highs. Welcome to all of the new people here. You guys, again, I'm telling you, come in the description box. Extremely important. I'm going to refresh that page to see how many likes we got, by the way. We need to have at least 65 likes. 59 likes. What is this? We need 6 more likes, you guys, if you haven't liked the video. And again, I'm inviting you, come on Discord, because we have a great community with absolutely top-of-the-notch traders, some of which also predicted the crash, by the way. Not the crash, but the drop to certain levels that even I didn't expect on Bitcoin, to be fair. All right. I will look at Sui, yes, immediately, in fact. Better Trader, hello, welcome back. So make sure to join Discord and claim your free VIP role. It's very easy to do that, all right? Make sure to do it. Bluffin, Pionex, these are my only two partners. And with Bluffin, I want to remind you, this is one of the exchanges that didn't shut down during the crash. One of the exchanges that didn't shut down. I want you to understand how much that actually costed the exchange, but they did it for us. So that's why I trust Bluffin, and that's why I trade on Bluffin. I have money on Bluffin. I have spot on Bluffin. I don't care, because they are trustworthy and they have integrity. I just want to make that clear with you guys, okay? Keep in mind, very important. And you can get a VIP access with that. If you're already users, welcome. You can still give me your UID. You don't even have to make a new registration, whatever. Sui, let's look at Sui. I know Sui dropped like crazy as well. Oh my, like, hello. What are we talking about? Where is, honestly, like, I have no idea. Why did I not leave limits? Because on Bluffin, I would have been tagged so perfectly over here into our levels. Look at that. Perfect tap into our most extreme levels on Sui. I'm seeing this with you guys right now. I didn't even open the charts like that. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's not bad. At 1, that's good. Yeah, good job. All right. So Sui, very disappointing. Massive drop. All right. Massive drop. Recovery, very, you know, very strong recovery for now. We traded below some levels over here, so don't necessarily like that. Let's try and evaluate a little bit more. There is even not a V-shaped recovery here. It's just nothing. Very disappointing. Yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, thread very carefully with Sui over here in the current condition, to be fair. Lots of resistance for Sui. It was holding the 0.5. It's not holding the 0.5 anymore. So for me, altcoins, and I've been telling you guys, by the way, since the beginning of times, right? I've been telling you, this is not 2022, right? It's not 2022. So these crazy gains on alts, I don't know, maybe BNB, maybe Binance did kind of good, but everything else is kind of in the gutter right now. So retest of 0.236, to me, a risk off at around $4.3, $4.5, maybe $5 on Sui. Hey there, Bundes traders. Hello, hello. You guys, again, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, please. Very important for us to have the likes, to have the subscribes, and make sure to come on Discord. This is where you'll get the most value amazing traders. I don't want to say if they're insiders. Some of them we have like, they sound like pretty much like insiders. I don't know. But yeah. It means national trader in Inder. Okay, yeah, Millennial Denex Sonic. We can see S. By the way, if you guys have any other requests, let me know real quick. We're gonna have a look at some alts. I honestly so disappointed that I haven't even looked at alts. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I should clearly, and I will. Yeah, I mean, new lows, nothing on the daily. I guess we have to wait for price to recover above. Let's have a look. Yeah, there is nothing really to look. Yeah, so price needs to recover above here, 0.2743, right? Because we've broke resistance, everything. So we just might as well screw that and come here and say price needs to trade above 0.2768 approximately. All right, and that's when I might be involved. Before then, not really. All right, MNT, whatever that is. Let's see, we have something here. Welcome everyone, welcome. Where do you trade? I trade on Bluff and Mate, the only exchange that didn't shut down during the sell-off, right? This is what I was trying to explain, everyone. This is the link, you guys. Get on it. Safe, integral. They have values, these people, okay? Understand how important it is, because you're keeping your money with like some weirdos that don't care and they trade against you. I need you to understand that. But anyway, you can use that actually to join Discord. VIP access is given to you. Anyone that's using Bluffin, even if you were using Bluffin before, you guys... Jantine, is that a joke? Honestly. Like, but the answer is yes. Okay. Cool. So this is some old positions. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This was before the indicators were used to mark the liquidity like that manually, so we can remove that. Because now we have indicators developed with the help of Lux Algo. Let's go. MNT, yeah. So basically, this was the sort of the support that I was looking at. Insane. If I was like the person, Christoph, you can literally F off my friends, like literally right now, okay? Because honestly, you have no idea. You are paying fees, but if you're not paying fees, you get what happened. You know, you get what happened the other day on Friday, when nobody was able to add margins to their positions, and nobody was able to do anything. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. Don't pay fees. For everything that you don't pay, there is something else that pays for. Just FYI, okay? So yeah, whatever. Okay, so very important daily support on MNT down here. Let's see if we're going to retest it, but it seems like it's doing kind of all right for now. So yeah, this is the zone, and then if we evaluate a little bit further, that's retested already. Yeah, so if it's strong, maybe retest 1.8, 1.78. Let's just mark it just in case. 1.78 potential good area for a retest over here would be nice. Christoph, yes, I'm trying to, but you're really like pushing me, you know? I can show you, show me, that's fine. Why don't you come on Discord, right? Come on Discord, okay? And then give me all of the details, by the way. Philip is here. Oh, Driss is here. He's gonna let us know. Maybe you can, Christoph, come on Discord, and then you can speak to our support directly. And if you are in the right for what you're saying, you're gonna be refunded, okay? Because anything that I ever had gone wrong, if I ever did, they are refunding, okay? So just FYI. Any other, before we give more time over here to stuff that can be discussed in Discord, let's have a look at Thai. What is Thai? I don't think I've seen this chart before, to be fair. Daily not looking bad. This is not actually too terrible. This is actually not too terrible at all. Okay. So considering currently how this is trading over here on a daily, liquidity grab over here, and then the sell-off was just unforgiving. But then you have a nice liquidity grab over here that is expected to come next at 0.149. So that would be around 0.15, if you will. Okay. Christoph, okay, listen to me, mate, okay? Please come on Discord and give whatever you want to say. And right now, Driss, if you're still in the chat, please respond, because I'm not customer support, okay, to start with. And if you want to be fudding around here, that's not the place to do, all right? Okay, so Thai is looking good, 0.15 for now, might be even more. We haven't created new lows here with the drop, so it's kind of looking nice, to be fair. It's kind of looking nice, okay? The drop fell within a weekly fair value gap. Look at that. This is actually crazy. I might start looking into that. Weekly fair value gap. Nobody closes below. So that's actually very, very good. Whatever that is, I need to add it to my list a little bit high up. Yeah, not bad. Let's look at it a little bit more in depth, like on a daily. And so you have clear targets at around 0.15. That's not bad to start with. Let's see from now. That's around 210%. That's very good. Inevitably, once price reaches there, if it does, usually we tend to get reaction. Okay, so just FYI, heads up. But over here, if you want to be safe on this trade, you are definitely looking for price to trade a little bit above even these two daily support levels. So you want price to close above 0.06, 0.06, right? Around 0.061 approximately. All right. Hope you're well, Gabby. Say, yeah, Say is good. We're gonna look at Say. So yeah, is it clear for Thai? Thai is very good catch. We need to keep monitoring that. Terrible, very bad. The only good thing is closing above levels, but that's it. All of the targets are going to help. Any chance of near recovery? We're gonna look at that. So yeah, unfortunately we made a lower low here, so I'm not happy with that at all. On Say, so now I'm going to be kind of forced to assume, once we confirm the low leg down here, if we confirm the low leg, because it's not confirmed yet, once we trade above 0.3, I can consider it a buy, below trading above 0.3, I'm not considering it a buy. Okay, just to be clear. Hello, Fountain of Youth. So just to be clear, 0.3 needs to clear first, so price needs to recover to that level before I get any interest whatsoever. So I'll have to prove a little bit. And then once that happens, then I can confirm this as a low. And then when that happens, potentially, I'm probably going to be risk off at around 0.7 max on this. I don't know. Sorry. It is what it is, especially with the ones that made new low. I gave you tie and now I'm giving you arrow. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, mate, I'm honestly gonna make notes over here. This is crazy. This is really good. Gabby, is it really viable to those bottoms as important because they could just short with a lot of liquidity of that doesn't seem to show much? Gabby, is it really viable to see those bottoms as important because they could just short with a lot of liquidity and that doesn't show much? I understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, the lows matter, right? They do matter. So yeah. Co-AI, please. Crypto Love. Let's look at that for Crypto Love. Crypto Love, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, right? This is something new. We need to go on a very low time frame for that. It's looking fine. It holds good. It's just in a upwards. This is in whatever price discovery, if you will. So it's ranging right now a little bit. In a strong market like that, in a range like that, the best thing you can do is always position yourself at the low side of the range to continue up. That's it, because the trajectory for this is clearly up. You have no proof whatsoever that this is going to stop anytime soon, right? On a daily time frame, you're looking this daily time frame, the way it is right now. If price starts dropping out of nowhere, if you get a body close below $5, then you're looking to start shorting this asset. But for now, I don't even think that that's going to be even the case. So yeah, on a lower time frame, any ranges, position at the lower side of the range, you should be good. You have a few supports down here. Let's mark it together. This is one, 7.4, another one at 5.5, and you're good. All right. And then we had near, right? We wanted to see near. For any chances here of near. Near, not too bad, actually. I must say, very, very, you know, of course, nasty with the drop. Absolutely nasty. But most importantly, closing above levels, right? Look at our level, 2.215. Is price closing above it? Yes, it is. So are we going to get $3.4? Yeah, seems like it. Are we going to trade to $5? Seems like it, right? Here is one resistance. First one is at 5.2, so $5 seem very, very realistic, right? Very realistic. This was our sell zone up here. So yeah, extremely realistic, and it's looking fine, you know. Actually, look at it, the double liquidity formation. So for near, we're looking to get at least $9 for whoever asked. Stein, we already did Sonic. We already did Sonic. BGB, that's a good one. Let's have a look. BGB. What did I mark down here that this liquidation reached all the liquidity formation? Okay, so that's a bit scary. All right. This is a bit weird. The reason it is weird is because on a 12-hour time frame, we had the drop before we cleared liquidity with a little bit, And now we're having the recovery before we cleared the liquidity with, again, a little bit. So a very strange chart. One that I'd like to stay away from, to be honest, in these conditions. But yeah, regardless, if anything happens, if anything weird happens, you're looking for this support at 4.1, right? And that probably would be a good buy, actually, when I think about it. But only in the event that price gets to that level. If it doesn't, I'm not interested in trading it. Yeah, we can look at Aster. If I'm missing anything, is because I didn't see it, you guys. So just make sure to let me know. Okay, so this is invalidated now. The buy zone completely validated. Look at it, you guys. We gave it. Why for Aster? We said this is it. This is the fair value gap. What did we discuss on Aster in the weeks before? Not last week, the week before that when I was here. What did I say about Aster? I'm asking you guys, do you remember? I said within this fair value gap over here, all of these are looking like internal liquidity for me. Internal liquidity. And what happened? Exactly that. Market came down and swept all of the internal liquidity, and now it's recovering. Mic drop. Mic drop. So yeah, I mean, Dogecoin. Okay, we're gonna look at Dogecoin. Yeah, so 4 hours giving nothing. All right, so for Aster, if you want to be a little bit more cautious, right, you probably want for price to trade above 1.8 for you to start taking a little bit more confirmed longs, if you will. 1.8, trading above 1.8. Okay. Musa Sheffield is giving me coins. Wait, he said Arrow. So that's Arrow, right? Arrow. Do I have it over here? I think I do. Yeah. Okay, range model theory in action. I want you guys to pay attention for Arrow, right? Range model theory in action. Bearish leg, retest of the 0.5, new lows. Does that make sense? As simple as that. Here you go. Here you go. So that's what I was expecting on that, which is why I stopped looking at it. I actually completely remember why I just completely ignored this coin. Use an AI, look at all of my lives. I am putting my life, you will find somewhere where I said this is retesting the 0.5, I'm out. So yeah, dangerous at the moment. You want price to trade above here, 1.093 to be safe. Before that, you're not safe. You do have some areas of interest down here. 12 hours helping with that for potential retests. If strong, down here, 0.55, 0.66. We have closed above 0.236 on the low, on the old range. Maybe means something, maybe not. I don't know. All right, so guys, it's been 1 hour and 10 minutes. I'm live here with you. Thank you so much. I hope that was helpful, and make sure to like the video. Check everything in the description box. Don't forget, for the Discord, join Discord. We have an amazing community. We have, in my opinion, one of the best communities, honestly. Really appreciate it. And we're gonna look at Aptos tomorrow. You guys make sure to make it in the live stream, same time, same place. Click the small bell notification so you always get notified when I'm live. You guys make sure you do that and like the video. I haven't checked the lives, but I'll check after. Really appreciate you guys, and I hope you have a great one today.